I was just in ShopRite and I was ordering some salmon from the whatever it's called, where they cut it up for you and everything like that. And this lady, well, I was talking to the guy behind the counter was really nice, young man with a smile that literally just lit up the room. You know, his co-workers walking by, seeing that he has this light inside of him, and they just look at him, and so we were talking about just he was just very friendly. We were talking about animals. He saw my cat tattoo, and this woman comes up behind us. I don't know if she was ordering or not, but she had on a hat that said it's a slogan for the Harris campaign, I'm guessing. But it said something about mind your own damn business on the hat or something like that. And she began talking. She just started talking. She told me she was 90 years old and that growing up, she would see people hanged in the South where she was from. And you could tell that she was speaking from a place of being so fed up with the world as we see it. And I mean, the conversation was pure projection. Me and the guy behind the counter, we were looking at each other, just kind of exchanging looks because she wouldn't stop. She just kept going on and on and on about the things that she saw growing up and everything. And she was really trying to talk to young people, the younger generation. She was stopping people and she was talking to them, trying to get them to realize how important it is not to vote the orange faced man. That's what she called him, among other things. She insulted his genitalia. She said something about something that a prostitute said about his genitalia. Listen, I don't know. That ain't my business. But you can tell that she was coming from a very, very passionate place. And I'm not um a stranger to these kinds of conversations because people come up to me all the time and share um their life stories, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I listened to her just out of respect, you know what I mean? But also because you can tell that she really felt like um she had something to say. And I'll be damned if I'm not the one that's going to listen to her. So um yeah, it's an experience when you go out into the world now because a lot of people are dealing with things and not dealing with things, and things that they're not dealing with are even coming up um and revisiting. And I feel like a lot of things that she had a very difficult, family life with her siblings and things like that. Off the bat, she made a joke about the relationship with her sister, and I had shared with her, I'm like, I'm 44 years old, and I actually remember when I was little being afraid to play outside because the Klan would march up and down the street that we lived on, just right in front of our house whenever they felt like it. And that is in my lifetime. I'm 44. That's not that long ago. And people will really still try to gaslight you and tell you that racism isn't a thing, that it's all in our head. It's not. It's not in our heads. It's in our ancestors. And the ones that are still living, they have a story that I can understand why they're so angry, because they keep trying to convince us that these things didn't happen. You know what I mean? And she was quite impressed with the young man behind the counter because he was in college and everything like that. And I had definitely made sure to let him know that he needs to never stop smiling. regardless of who is in his presence. He should never, ever, ever stop smiling because his light is so bright. So I appreciate, when experiences like that happen because they give me so much more clarity as to what is happening in the energy, because I feel it, and it's stirring up a lot of things within people that they have either chosen to ignore for so long or they just never spoke out about. And it's time now to start telling those stories. And I mean, I so many people that I've come in contact with in the last couple of days, I have been trying to explain to them that they need to start writing their stories and telling their stories, because there is always someone who is going to, even if it is one person, even if it helps one person, it would be worth it for you to put your story out there for other people who are trying to heal. And these stories need, our stories, the way that we have seen them, need to be told now. And it needs to be on paper, not social media. Because if social media crashes, then that's it. Your story will not be told. So I keep getting this very, very heavy, heavy, heavy in my spirit that there's a lot of authors, there's a lot of people that really, really should be telling their stories. Even if you think no one will want to hear it, someone will want to hear it. That's the message.